Hey, and welcome to a computer building tutorial. Today, we'll be teaching you how you can build a computer at home. The first thing you want to do is buy all of the parts you need to make a PC. Don't forget to make sure all the parts are compatible. You need a CPU, a graphics card, a motherboard, a computer case, RAM, a hard drive, the optical drive, a power supply, a keyboard, a monitor, and a mouse. PCPartPicker.com/list is a great website for choosing your parts and ensuring their compatibility. Also, don't forget to choose an operating system.
First off, open up the case. Line up the motherboard with the I/O shield and find where to place it. There should be corresponding holes where the motherboard needs to be screwed in. Screw the motherboard into the holes and make sure it is snugly mounted.
Next, we will install the CPU. Be careful with this, as it is extremely fragile. Line the corner of the processor with the gold arrow up with the gold arrow on the motherboard. Lift the lever and place the processor in the socket. Put thermal paste on top of the CPU and place the cooler on top of the processor. This could involve screws, latches, or pins depending on your cooler. Make sure it fits tightly.
We will now install the RAM. Find the RAM sockets in the motherboard and pull the clips on the sides down. Line up the notch or notches on the RAM with the notch or notches on the motherboard and put it in. The clips will close when it is fully in.
Now for the video card. Find the uppermost slot that will fit the card and line it up with its place on the back of the case. Remove this plate and put the card's bracket in place. Lock the video card into the socket and screw in the bracket onto the case.
Installing the hard drive is different for certain cases and motherboards. With ours, we simply slide the hard drive into the bay and then screw it in snugly. Check the case's hard drive for detailed instructions to help you.
Slide the optical drive into one of the 5.25-inch drive bays. Screw into place if required.
The next step is installing a power supply. There is a big rectangular hole made specifically for power supplies in the back of the computer. Screw the power supply into place with the screw holes around the large hole.
Your motherboard may also have a small speaker that plugs into an 8-pin connector where you'll find in your motherboard box and will be listed in your motherboard's manual.
The Molex cables are used to plug in things such as the case fans. You may also need to plug in the ones labeled CPU fan or SYS fan. You should see some small cables coming out of the front of your case. Plug these into their corresponding 8-pin headers on the motherboard, power switch, and LED connectors.
Lastly, you should have a few small cables labeled Power SW, Reset SW, HDD LED, and so on. These connect the switches and LEDs on the front of your case to the motherboard, so you can actually turn on your computer. They all consist of only 1 or 2 pins and all plug in on an 8-pin header somewhere on the motherboard. Check the motherboard manual for more information.
This has been our computer building tutorial. Thanks for watching.
I turned myself into a 6'10" Rick!